What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and this is something a lot of people are familiar with. Here is an anecdote. It says, imagine having a $1.2 million house with no savings. You're house rich but cash poor. This is the story of this individual, and whether it's true or not, this seems to be the case for a lot of people that bought a house in the last year or so. It says, help, please. I bought a home in the Seattle area for 1.2 mil last year, and my mortgage's monthly payment is quite high. I recently got laid off in my job and didn't have much savings left. Now I'm in a situation where I won't be able to pay my mortgage soon. To make matters worse, I am considering selling my home, but the market is so bad. My home value is 20% under what I bought it for. What can I do? Need advice? Should I take out a personal loan? So these are decisions because people sometimes get FOMO and they make rash decisions, especially when it comes to, large purchases like this. Excuse me. And a lot of people are underwater on their house. But this is sad. And what can be coming in the future is probably a site that's going to lead to a devastating economic time. Here is Lynn talking about Nigeria's money supply and consumer price index both went up 5x since 2010. Maybe their slogan, Save Naira and More Possibilities, isn't the best marketing message for their CBDC. And you can see how it's just gone exponentially up, their M2 money supply. And then their CPI has also gone up. Nearly 70% of Americans struggling to pay grocery bills per Fox Business News. 70% of the respondents had to adjust their grocery shopping habits in the previous year, downgrading to regular purchases or opting for alternatives. I mean, this is what everyone is dealing with. I was recently at the store, and I just can't believe the price of like nuts, for example. You get like a pound, right? It could cost anywhere between $12 to $20 depending on the nut for just 1 pound. And it's just outrageous, the prices of what we're seeing. And if you want to eat clean and healthy, right, with organic food, it's going to cost you even more. So there's definitely a pinch. And that's why being able to grow your own food is really important. We see here Peru's government declares a 30-day national state of emergency. The government begins crackdown on the population. This is what happens. They want people to protest, and it allows them to enable strict measures, right? Martial law, in essence. And that really never goes away. It's there to stay. So liberties are something that are hard to have. You have to fight for them, and it's unfortunate that people forget, right, over time what it has cost. The implosion of the housing bubble 2.0 is underway. Here's the thing. Prices of homes went exponentially high in the last 2 years. And what's coming down, it seems like the prices are just going back to what homes were in 2020, which were they're still quite expensive. So in terms of the epic crash that people are expecting that would bring the houses down to reasonable levels, I'd say watch out. Don't be too expectant on that, because that may never come, and you might just be waiting, and then you can make a mistake and start foaming into a rally of houses going even higher. So something to keep an eye out for. Here are lumber prices at the lowest level since June 2020, which are down 78% from the peak in May 2021. And yeah, I mean, if you guys watch Uneducated Economist, he talks about this. He works in that industry, and it's at these levels, a lot of the mills are not profitable, and so you can see shutdowns of these mills for a temporary time period. And I was gonna show you this. But check this out.
The Signs details dozens of indicators that a friend or family member could be planning a terror attack. As Adam Hollingworth reports, the move comes as our spy chiefs identify a new and worrying type of terrorism.
Time was when the intelligence services were never seen, never heard. But now they're loudly proclaiming your country needs you to keep an eye on those you know and, if necessary, dot them in.
Recognising a potential warning sign and then alerting NZSAS or police could be the vital piece in the puzzle that ultimately saves lives.
To that end, they're publishing a guide called Know the Signs to help us all identify potential terrorists in our midst.
To pay attention and to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them, they might have a look at this information to say, does this indicate to me that this person is on the road to actually committing an attack?
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious ones, like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
a person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
Authorities say they're usually closely monitoring 40 to 50 potential terrorists. These people used to be motivated by their white identity or...
Anyways, but you're starting to see how that can become a slippery slope. And if you don't go along with what the main narrative is, or the government's narrative is, you could be reported. And that could be a dangerous mentality. So, without further ado, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.